Okay, I know it's looking a little lopsided, but don't mind me. I'm just getting situated so I can upload my videos and make another one and continue to seal my healing. So I'm going to do your weekend reading. Yes, this is a feature that I brought on. It is your weekend Friday, today, through Sunday reading for viewers of my channel. And it's, yes, it's generalized. You might feel like it applies, you may not. What I do is I just ask the universe to relate, and I just interpret the cards like I would a storyboard and attempt to use my intuition before the end of the day when I've kind of frazzled and need to recharge. Okay, so I'm going to use again the Yoshitani Divine Tarot deck as my main. One. And we'll see about clarifiers. I have a few different decks. So let's just roll with it. Alright. Ask the universe and my spiritual helpers, ancestors, to help me to give you an accurate reading and to relate what they wish to share with you, the viewers of my channel, for your Friday through Sunday. And I ask Spirit of the Tarot also, because I do believe it has a being. Definite energy as a tool. And I want to ask it to assist me also in understanding its message. Okay. I wish that this video editor I had, that I like the best, I have to use two different ones, but I wish I could bump up the volume much more with this one that I use, which is, was it HD Movie Pro something? I don't know. It's really great. The only drawback is its bizarre limitation of 2 decibels of sound max. So, what is the advice for viewers for Friday through Sunday? Just gonna do a little extra shuffle because I want to get okay, let's take a look. We have the Two of Wands. Now, Yoshitani's deck is based on a variety of folklore and myth and traditional beliefs from around the world, including America. It's really a very cool deck. Okay. Oh, voice, please don't go scratching on me. And there's the Chariot, the Tower, and the Page of Swords. Oh, oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Well, it's about definitely with that, you come to a threshold where you have to make a decision to move forward. And this also speaks of moving forward in a victorious manner, or in a manner in which you are using your conscious mind more at its peak ability when you go forward to embark upon a task, a project, a move, an effort of any kind. So we're looking at, so far, I'm feeling like choices, issues with movement, issues with what will be successful, and change. Here we have that fighting energy. It looks like over the weekend there could be something unexpected that occurs. It could have to do with conflict, heated arguments or discussions, differing points of view, competition, and the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, this is interesting. Brings change. Sorry, I have got a bit of, I was tidying up and I got a bit of that ash under my nail from the smudge. Oh well, you guys don't care. Anyway, wow, look at that. 8 of Swords, the Star, 5 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. There's a sense of confinement, having hope, fighting for change, oopsie daisy, not taking crap as well from people. And there's a bit of hostility there. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't have it. Sometimes you definitely need to fight for what you believe in, but in a mindful way. So there's a sense, perhaps, of us waiting for Trump to go, a real sense of that this weekend, and for other things perhaps in our lives. But it's saying there's a fight worth fighting for. If you're challenged, the Wheel of Fortune says we need to make great change. We need to evolve. And it's also an outside, greater energy force than just one person. It's a collective energy that is shifting. And it's having us, I think, also confront matters where we've had conflict. Well, we have a lot with that, where our treatment of minorities and so on, so forth, are concerned. And different points of view as well, conservative, more liberal, progressive, all that. Just keeping these things in mind. And we're going to be going in a better direction with this 6 of Swords. So it's saying we're at a threshold, and I think we're going into that new era. And right now, because of the pandemic and with Trump not being booted out of office yet, we still feel very confined involuntarily in the pandemic, and we want to just get our lives going in a less crazy, chaotic direction. We want to move on. And that is for sure. And for some people, I think there is physical moving, physically leaving where they've been living, because that area is not good for them in some way. They know that, some of you may know that wherever you're at, you might want to be looking to move on, literally and physically. And when I say literally, I don't mean like pass away. I mean like, you know what I mean, like where you're able to let go and move on and embrace new things, and it's like refreshing air after the last 4 especially. Knight of Coins is talking about building, applying yourself steadily somewhere else, or in a different direction than maybe you would have considered. If it isn't an actual physical move, it can be all of the above, depending on who you are and your circumstance. But these are the themes of these cards, and they're kind of echoing each other. And the Knight of Pentacles is the steady Teddy. You put your nose to the grindstone, you do the work that you need to do to establish your goal. You know, here we're leaving, and here you are leaving a difficult, more difficult time. You're getting out of that, and you're going to rebuild, basically, and work on that, and work on, I feel like, creating a more victorious, hopeful, positive outlook and mentality, and the mentality that surrounds you, the environment in which you live, finding the place that matches your need of a more optimistic and healing, it's very healing, place. There's a lot of shifts that are going on. So shifts will make, you can end up moving, like I'm saying. You're also moving on a mental, physical, spiritual, emotional level. And like I'm saying, often moves, physical moves, coincide with these things in some way. Now, this 3 of Wands is about expansion. Again, we're talking about opening up your horizons. Don't be afraid, again, to look beyond what you would normally consider. Don't, it says dream bigger. Look beyond your locale. Expand. Be willing to not be afraid, and to open up, and to embrace and shine your light and expand, instead of remaining all huddled up and confined. Definitely coming back out, yes. And that's really the 9 of Wands. This is enduring and keeping boundaries. Honor not only your own boundaries and make sure others do. Again, the stand up for yourself if you have to, or others that need protecting. If there's somebody that's bullying, say something, make a comment. It matters, that 3 of Wands, because the world's a bigger place, and we have to fight for that against the people that want to make it a small place, because that's not accurate. It is, like I've said before, it's not the truth. We are a diverse community. We need to reflect that, as a society and as our government certainly does. So this is having been through the wars, yeah? But we're seasoned and we're ready for something, a switch, a change. So open it up. Though you've been hurt before, or you've gotten your hands burned before, stand your ground, be yourself, have hope, be willing to think beyond the limitations you place for yourself. Maybe re-examine if you're placing limitations on yourself without realizing it, or making excuses as to why you can't move to someplace you've always wanted to. If you really want something, and I know, yes, finances come into it, but you start, you make that effort, you make that choice, you say yes to that dream, and work toward it. It won't likely happen overnight, but you know what I'm saying. If you want something, you have to be willing to put yourself out there a bit more, and you're going to feel a lot better. Express yourself, stand up for yourself, expand the understanding of the world about things that maybe you know and are familiar with, that you're seeing comments here or there or something where somebody doesn't understand something. These are just examples. And when I go down this route, you know, this is the world and you belong in it. Who you are and people like yourself belong in it. Don't let anyone, this is just a feeling, I gotta go with it, don't let anyone tell you differently. Fight for your, be willing to argue, and it's okay to have a heated, passionate dialogue there, or rather interchange. But it looks to me like there's definitely something coming unexpected, and it looks like over this weekend there's something coming from also outside, from abroad, further out. It's more hostile, something we're not expecting. And we feel a bit defensive. It could be somebody also testing us on the world stage. I see that during our confinement, but we will be okay. And I'm sure this is Trump golfing. There's definitely a fiery male we're looking at here who has a love of luxury. I guess it's probably also could be his folks doing something over the weekend. I don't know. Well, we're looking at, with these two cards, pleasure and enthusiasm, even if it's not about Trump. I don't really want him in your weekend, to tell you the truth. He can just ding, get out. Barring that it's him, we've had enough of them interrupting our peace. I'm going to say, again, we're looking at sweeping radical changes. Real difference. I feel like indulge yourself a bit this weekend. Don't overindulge, but indulge yourself. Enjoy yourself, especially the things that give you enthusiasm. Film, maybe a jog, if you do that, whatever is your playing video games, who knows? Because it's saying there's going to be change. There's going to be sweeping radical change. And so make good choices too with the Lovers. Make good choices about where you, as I was kind of saying in a post today, this is just, I kind of let the universe, I'm the conduit. I get that echo again of make good choices, end bad habits. Enjoy yourself though, but make good choices in how you do so, because I see that this is it helps if I hold the cards in the right position. To me, there can be relationships that end. There can be people that feel abandoned, really alone. I mean, really, really alone here. And sick. Or in mental anguish too. And if you feel abandoned or anything like that, just know that you're really, truly not alone, even though you feel like it. And this can be about relationships, going through different ends of relationships. There might be those of you experiencing that. Or just that you're making very significant changes in your life. Significant, radical changes. Based upon, I feel like, enjoying yourselves more. There's also having to deal with the issue of, I think, feeling separated and abandoned, loneliness. Again, this card can deal with having to separate yourself from where you once lived, how you once lived. Radical changes this year. And apparently this weekend. But I see that as the theme of preparing yourself for that. And that's good. Go beyond, don't be scared to go again elsewhere if you need to go elsewhere. Enjoy yourself. Sometimes you need to step away and refresh, and do that this weekend, because I feel like with the pandemic, it really can make people feel lonely. So self-care, okay, this weekend. Enjoy yourself. 6 of Cups, yeah. Do something, this deals with the past and children, maybe a bit of nostalgia. King of Cups. And imagination, I feel like there is films, artwork, I don't know. If this is appealing to you, it's nostalgia, looking over the past years, watching programs, things like that. I like to do that sometimes. Helps you to kind of get perspective and process the time the last year. So I feel like there is doing kind of a lot of this sort of work we're processing over this weekend and watching things. because today is the first day of the new year of 2021. So that's your weekend reading for viewers. I hope that spoke to you in some way. See you in the next video.